Parents, please teach your kids now at their current age, I don't care how young or how old they are, to advocate for themselves. The experience that I just had today makes my mission as a mom even more important and imperative to continue to push through this journey. As a 30 plus year old woman that's raising a now 11-year-old daughter, the things that I am having to learn as an adult is so overwhelming, and it's in some terms saddening that I'm just now getting these things now. Today, I had an experience, y'all, that was truly overwhelming. It was so overwhelming emotionally. And the thing was, I wasn't doing anything wrong, but now being in this position and knowing that you have the ability to speak up for yourself and correct people when they are wronging you, it feels so wrong, I guess more so is the word that I'm kind of looking for right now. Y'all, had an experience at the hair salon. I went and got my hair done on Friday. I was there from like 10 until almost 3:30. Once I got finished with my appointment, I looked at my part in the middle of my head where it is now, and it was not straight. It was not straight at all. And I let them know at that moment, it's not straight. But I did not have time to sit down and let them take it out and redo it again. I had to go and pick up my kid from school. So I had already made up in my mind that I would be back on Monday to get it worked out because we had a full weekend planned. And I wasn't just about to walk away and just let my money go to waste. And I just have to deal with it. So the whole weekend I'm preparing and, getting my thoughts together as far as like how I want to approach this situation. Even though I had already spoken on it, I just knew that once you go in there, it's going to be like a totally different ball game. So y'all, when I got there this morning, the owner was there. It's a African braiding salon. The owner was there and I let her know like, hey, my part isn't straight. And yesterday, I looked in the mirror, y'all, like bust the part down the middle, and I just had the hair hanging. And I noticed that one side was shorter than the other side. So I'm like, what is the problem? Like, are we just not caring these days, like about taking people money and it just don't look right? It's so obvious. So I let the owner know exactly like my issue. My part is not straight. I need my part fixed. Also, this side is shorter than this side. I need this side to match the length of this size because that's the length that I paid for. So when I went in there, she was like, hey, I remember you from Friday. What's going on? So I was like, hey, my part. So I had my hair over like this, y'all, this morning, and I just busted down the middle and showed her like, hey, the part is not straight, like I need that fixed. And she was like, okay, no problem, give me a minute. And I was like, also, this side is shorter than this side. I need length added to this side so that it can match this side. And she was like, okay, we talking just like this. She was like, okay, yeah, just give me a minute, let me wrap up with her. She was doing somebody 2 braids. So y'all, I went and sat down, waited until she got the young girl hair situated. Her and the mom was talking, and it was a couple of things that the mom wanted her to do different, which she corrected them. I already kind of knew that I was going to be sitting there, so I did not mind. I was just like, okay, cool. I just need to get what I need to get fixed. So y'all, we took down the hair together. I helped her take it down. Or whatever, and she fixed my part. We agreed it was in the middle, straight, fine, cool. She did the braids. One of the other girls, the girl that did the back of my hair, which was the correct length, she was there. She had just walked in, and she was like, hey. She was like, what's wrong? So I was like, yeah, she did the back of my hair, and I told her that my part wasn't straight. And she was like, yeah, she called me and told me that you said that. And I asked her, like, why wasn't it fixed? Like, did they fix it? And she said that everybody just left. So that kind of like, she didn't even offer to fix it. I just made up in my mind that I needed to go and get my kid and I was going to come back on Monday. Somebody was going to fix it. But I was just like, okay. So I just let that go because at this point, we're here. Let's just get it done. So y'all, she finished the braids in the middle and she was like, okay, we're done. We're gonna dip it. And I'm like, so you're not gonna add the hair to this side so that it's longer? And she was like, well, I don't, it's all braided down the same. And I'm like, no, if you take this braid and this braid has more hair than the other braid, like the little leave out braid. I said, this is waist length. So yes, you braid it to my waist, but technically they're probably gonna drop past my waist because of the excess hair. This is what we want to get the length if we're paying for length. So it was like, they started looking at each other like, so we gotta add this extra hair. And y'all, I felt the little girl in me coming up like, don't make it a problem. Like, don't be confrontational. And the me now stepped in. It was like, this is not confrontation. This is you getting what you paid for. Are you going to advocate for yourself or are you just going to let somebody get over on you when you've paid your money? You did not have to pay this money to come to this shop, to choose this shop. There were several other shops that you could have chose, but you chose these people. You told them exactly what they wanted. They agreed to do the service and they said they could do it. So you're okay with walking out of here just being okay. Y'all, to try to process my emotions in that moment and not be so emotional and react the way that I was feeling and try to articulate exactly what I was needing for them to do was the hardest, most emotional thing that I've had to do in a while. I literally wanted to cry while I was getting my hair done, but I literally held it together. And then y'all, when I got in my car and I wanted to record this video, my phone started glitching so bad because y'all, this is something that is so serious and we need more practice in. As a young girl, I was always just told to do what you are supposed to do. You don't go back and forth with people. And my mom, like if somebody did anything like wrong or they messed up our hair, my mom would just cuss people out. Like she would just cuss them out. And that's what made her feel good. But for me, that it exerts so much energy from me. And I had to learn that about myself because when I was younger, I did do that learned behavior. And I'm like, me being mean to people or cussing people out, it exerts so much, like I use so much energy and I don't feel good after I do it. So I'm standing there and I'm getting frustrated and I'm like, don't even worry about it. And she was like, well, I just want to know like what you are looking for. And I said, I want the sides to match. Like, it's no way that I can have my hair parted down the middle and one side is longer than the other side. I want both sides to match. That's what I want. That's what I'm asking for. And she was like, okay. So I was like, yeah, like just add some more pieces so that it's longer. I don't care if it's just, it's this. I need this. I need the length. I need it to match. So she was like, oh, okay. So she told the other girl to go and get the hair. But y'all, I was so overwhelmed in that moment because I wanted to say so many other things, but I had to hold back and handle it in the proper manner because me yelling, screaming, and fussing wasn't going to get it done. I just needed to explain to her what I needed for her to do. And once I did that, everything was fine. She was still nice. She was still respectful. But to have to go through that, and when you clearly can see, and I've told you exactly what the problem is before I even sit down in a chair for you to do this, for me to have to go over this and explain to you how to correct y'all mistake when you're looking at it was so overwhelming for me. And I now practice with my daughter now about her advocating for herself and saying when she don't want something. I don't care if it's me. If you don't like what I said, say that. If you don't like what I did or how I did it, say that. I don't care. People don't know until you speak up. But you're not going to understand that you have a voice if you do not speak up and express how you feel. We are just not supposed to take everything from everybody. And I get that as kids, we like, no, you got to listen to me. And it's cool for them to listen to you. But y'all, sometimes we are wrong. We don't know everything. And I had to explain it to my daughter. I don't know everything. I am learning as I go. This is my first time. And she's like, this your first time? I said, yeah, you're my only kid. Like, this is my first time being a parent. So I'm not going to have everything perfect. I'm not going to know everything. But I also want to make sure that I'm respectful of her space. But also she has a voice to express when things aren't right for her. Like, no, that's not right. I don't like that you talk to me like that. I don't like that you use that word, mommy. I don't care what it is. I want my daughter to be able to voice exactly what she's feeling, because when these kids go out in this real world, so many people will walk over them because we have not shown them in the household how to advocate for themselves. And also that comes with us showing them how to regulate their emotions as well. It's not okay for you to just snap on people and scream, yell at them, because some people just really don't understand. Some people don't understand, and sometimes you have to give them a visual. Sometimes you have to go into more detail. We have to understand that everybody is different, and that's fine. But also exert yourself, be assertive, but also be respectful of other people, but also get what you need to make you happy. We're not just gonna walk out of these places and let these people take our money and we're still not satisfied. We grow up, just like I'm learning this now at 30 plus. We grow up and this is still like changed over behavior if we are not correcting it. So parents, start now. Letting your kids see you go through these sometimes frustrating situations, and let them see how you're handling it. Be mindful that whatever you're doing, they're going to think that it's okay to do it. It's all learned behavior. But also let them know that it's okay for them to let you know that they don't like how you said something to them, that didn't make them feel good, that made them sad. And as the parent, be willing to accept that. Be willing to say, you know what? I understand and I apologize. Y'all, I am not afraid to apologize to my kid. I apologize that I made you feel like that. That's not right of me. Let's find a way to talk about that in another manner. Let's find another word to use that feels more right or respectful for you. Not even right. I don't even like to use right. That feels more respectful for you. And we'll use those terms. It's all about us compromising with each other to coexist. Not saying that everybody's going to want things at the same manner, but if you truly care about these people, relationship wise, your kids, your parents, you will find a common ground to make sure that everybody's happy and it works for everybody. But parents, please teach them now. Let's start teaching them now so that we don't have so many grown-ups out here just letting people walk all over them or screaming and yelling to get their point across, because that's still not getting the job done. Let's learn how to control our emotions, articulate what we need so that we can get exactly what it is that we want from an experience that we've spent our money on or that we've spent our time on, without being disrespectful to the other party. It's so important. It's so important. And it made me so sad, y'all, that I had to go through that emotional, overwhelming feeling. But I feel good. I feel good that I was able to regulate, get what I needed, and now I'm satisfied. I paid for what I wanted. I paid for a service and I got what I wanted, even though it had to be fixed. But I didn't have to leave out of that conversation disrespecting nobody or belittling anybody to make me feel even worse, because now I'm talking to people disrespectful. You know, like, we got to be mindful of these things. And I know we get to that point where, like, they're just children and they're going to learn and things like that, but I want to give my kid the best tools that she has. That is why this growth journey, that's why self-love is so important to me, and that's why I became a life coach, because I know that there's so many people that need this. I know that I'm not the only one. I may not be the only adult that's going through this growth experience. And it's okay. The goal is to be better at it each time. I've had to experience it, and I hadn't had to experience any like real, true, in-depth conversations like that, but I did it today, and it gave me more confidence that when it arises again, I'm gonna feel those emotions again, but I'm probably gonna know how to handle it a little better. It may take me 3 times for it to feel better for me, but as you continue to grow, things are gonna come to trigger you. That's gonna happen. You're gonna get triggered. The goal is to know how to handle them, not to be perfect, but to know how to handle them. I hope this